Hey guys, Bart Winkler at Miller Park. Brewers just won 6-5 over the St. Louis Cardinals and just wanted to hop on. I know the post-game show is going on. If you guys can access that on your radio, 105.7 FMthefan.com or 1250 on the AM dial, go ahead and do that. Also on our app, but just had to get some things off my chest as we're out here at Miller Park today. What a game that was. A remarkable game as the Brewers beat the Cardinals 6-5. Little back and forth, little scoreboard ping pong for a while. You had the Cardinals score early, Tommy Pham with 2 home runs today. The Brewers put up some runs. Carlos Martinez struggling a little bit. This guy's an athletic guy. He can feel his position, but had some errors there early on that got the Brewers into this, and then the big inning where they had the Domingo Santana home run. And how about Jonathan Villar? Jonathan Villar, my guy, who I never gave up on. Jonathan Villar, huge. If you guys want to chime in, leave some comments, answer some questions. But again, post-game show on the radio, but just had to share some things here. Bart Winkler at the ballpark. I thought it was interesting. I went into the Cardinals locker room after the game, and Tommy Pham had a few microphones in his face. The Mike Leake trade. Mike Leake, one of the better pitchers on this team, he gets traded today. And Tommy Pham is watching TV, and you've heard this from athletes before, where they find on the bottom line that one of their teammates has been traded. And it happened to Tommy Pham with Mike Leake, and to all these Cardinals with Mike Leake. He got traded to Seattle. There's a lot of teams in the AL that are contending for this wild card, but the Cardinals are contending too. And if they would have won this game today, they'd been right there with the Brewers, a couple games over 500, but still within striking distance of the NL Central and in the wild card. So kind of a deflating moment for this team as they get that message from management that, you know what, you're contending, but are you? So we'll see if that affects the Cardinals going forward. Didn't really affect Tommy Pham today. I mean, the guy had 2 home runs and looked pretty good at the plate. Randall Grichuk with a home run, almost 2. We know what happened. Keon Broxton with that incredible catch in center field, which you watch the replays, you think, would it have really been out? Would it not have been out? That was a home run. And Keon Broxton, who comes in a little late in the game, gets a huge defensive play. Just a huge moment for the Brewers, for this fan base, for this park, which there was a very vocal and passionate crowd here today. I think that after last night was real tough for the Brewers. They lose, obviously. They get waxed here at Miller Park. And everybody else they needed to lose won. You had the Cubs win, of course. You had the teams in the wild card race win. I believe the Rockies are down right now. It was 5-1 last time I checked. If you know, update me. So this could be a good day, but it did seem like, without it being mathematically the end, if they didn't win today, because we don't know what's going to happen with the Cubs and some of the other teams tonight, but it did seem like maybe, just maybe, a loss today would have been too much to overcome had these other teams in front of them won. But the Brewers did their part. James, what's up? They did their good job to get the victory today, and now they can go home tonight and maybe watch some of these other games. Again, I believe the Rockies were down 5-1 last time I checked. So it's 3 games back in the Central. This is manageable. You don't want it to get to 4. I know Rami's been saying that on the big show, and I think that's a good marker. If a team gets a 4-game lead, that's too much. That's too much to overcome in a series. That might be too much. I know the Brewers lost a 5.5-game lead, but let's not talk about that right now. So a nice day today. 10 hits for the crew, 6 runs, a good offensive performance. Chase, rough start, came around, figured it out, and now you've got momentum into what's going to be a huge series against the Washington Nationals. A 4-game set here at Miller Park. Now, I hope people do come out. Not going to tell you how to spend your money, but if you come to 1 game this year or the rest of the year, make it a game this weekend, because the Brewers do need you. All these games in September are not going to matter if they drop 3 or 4 here to the Nationals. So get out here, come to Miller Park, and support the guys. I'll be out here. Who knows? I may even pay for a ticket. I tell you guys how to spend your money. I'll pay for a ticket. Brewers, big win. 3 games back in the wild card. or 3 games back in the Central. I think 3.5 right now in the wild card. Yeah, John, good for you. And you can get cheap deals too. SeatGeek. What's better tomorrow than a little Bart's Big Breakfast and a Brewer game? I can't think of anything better. So Chuck and Winkler tomorrow, we'll talk about this one. Our Brew Crew review, we do it every morning 6:18. But if you popped on at all, make sure that you do go over to the old terrestrial radio. Tim Allen and the boys talking about this one. You'll hear from Craig Counsell and his comments. Keon Broxton you'll hear from. A very spirited Keon Broxton, as you can imagine. That was, again, maybe when we look back, could be the play of the year. Great call by BA, and you know you'll see that one on the opening highlight package in Game 1 of the NLDS. I don't know, man. Just weird vibes if they're going to make the playoffs or not, but that was a big one today. That was a big one. So check out the post-game show. Check us out tomorrow, Chuck and Winkler. Bar Winkler at Miller Park in some booth I'm not even supposed to be in, so I got to get out of here. Tune us in on the Fan, and we'll talk to you later.